damn right, baby. Here I come. Vince Masters in the house here again with another edition of the Pipe Bomb Wrestling Report, starring yours truly, the game, Vince Masters. And thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me this late on this special edition. I have so much news to get to, so let's begin because I don't want to waste any time. I know this thing's a short minute timing. Let's start off here tonight with the SmackDown matches for this Friday night on SmackDown. Man, it's going to be a lot of great matches. Before Survivor Series this Sunday, I'm also going to go into that with my predictions and everything. Much more than that. Rey Mysterio, Dolph Ziggler will go one-on-one with Sin Cara this week, which should be a great match. They're on opposite sides of the Survivor Series team this week. Mason Ryan will face Jack Swagger also this week. A little segment between Ted DiBiase and a new lady will also happen. I believe her name is Askana, something like that. Also, Big Show and David Bryan and Mark Henry have a segment together. Ted DiBiase will take on Derek Bateman, whoever that is, no idea. Kofi Kingston will go one-on-one with Hanako. Beth and Natalya will face AJ and Caitlyn in the Divas match this coming week on SmackDown. And the main event, of course, it will be Randy Orton and Sheamus against Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett this week. And also, in a dark match, which probably people won't get mad about if I ruin it because it's a dark match main event, it's going to be the Big Show facing Mark Henry early before the Sunday Survivor Series. And it's going to be a no disqualification match, which Big Show won by no DQ. And at the end of the night, Booker T was referee, and he did a spinning Rudy, get this, with the Big Show to end the show. That's hilarious. Big Show doing a spinning Rooney. I don't see it happening, but that's what he did. Anyway, this is some huge news right here for me and everybody else who knows about TLC coming in December 18th. Already spoilers on the card. CM Punk will apparently challenge Alberto Del Rio in a return match of the WWE Championship, which means that they're not giving away whether Alberto won the title or he lost the title or CM Punk retained, got the title at the Survivor Series or not. They're not mentioning anything like that. They just say it's a return match for the title. And also, as we knew already, Triple H will go one-on-one with his friend Kevin Nash at TLC. I'm looking forward to that pay-per-view now, if that's what it's going to be. But let's hope that Punk does come in with the title. Also, Royal Rumble news. In my last broadcast 2 weeks ago, I mentioned about the Royal Rumble party that's going on with X-Pac in it. Well, more news on that. X-Pac is now going to have a special guest. The special guest will be Billy Gunn. He's going to be part of his Group T Generation X. X-Pac and Billy Gunn will be included in a special VIP package, which fans are guaranteed an autograph and photo with both. And it's going to go on. The party goes from 6 to 9 p.m. December 1st. Tickets go on sale. And you can check out mywrestlingparty.com for updates. Again, it's mywrestlingparty.com for updates. So that should be great. Another miscellaneous news here about WWE 12. Macho Man is a playable character. I know many people knew that, but he will be a playable character on the game. So that's for that good thing. Also, now let's jump into some TNA news here. Kind of big. TNA matches for November 24th. Spoilers right here. Matches anyway. Matt Morgan and Crimson will face Mexican America. Also, Karen for the tag team titles. Karen is going to have a segment with put a lingerie contest together. Kurt Angle will make his return also after talk about James Storm and get this Christopher Daniels and Bully Ray. We're trying to beat up Jeff. We're trying to beat up Storm. And so they do that. AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, and Jeff Hardy came out to help. But also Robert Roode, the champion, got involved. And he hit Storm from behind. And that's going to be in the segment on the 24th. Also, Velvet, Teschmacher, and Tara, defeated will face Winter, Angelina Love, and Madison Rain in a knockout match that was going to happen. And also Jeff Jarrett attacks Jeff Hardy again, but before that, and then that brings out Bully Ray, Christopher Daniels again, and for the second time in that night, apparently, AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, and what's his name? James Storm came out and made the save. Also, Eric Young defeated Robbie E in a loser wears a turkey out match. I have to say that spoiler because that's just too funny. I mean, you lose, you wear a turkey suit, special Thanksgiving, I guess. Also, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and Rob Van Dam and Mr. Anderson defeated Rude, Jarrett, Bully Ray, and Christopher Daniels in an elimination match that happened on that edition of that program. And also, Rude was on the corner, and so was Kurt Angle, and so was Storm. They were in the corners of that team. Also, jumping back WWE news real fast here. WWE wants NBA star to work WrestleMania 28 angle, apparently. And there's been the talk for some time now. The talk of the time is that Shaq and LeBron James names have came up recently that will work that program. So all I can say is go NBA. And personally, I like to see Shaq. I mean, Shaq's there at WrestleMania, man. I would love to meet the guy. To be honest, I think he'd make a better selection than LeBron James. No offense, because Shaq has already worked WrestleMania before, if you remember, with the Big Show. So that would be great. Also, miscellaneous news again. Vince loves Twitter. WWE stars, pretty sure you heard about this before I mentioned. WWE stars think it's ridiculous with this whole Twitter thing, and so do I. But Vince is so fascinated with Twitter that he loves when the people do those phrases, so they trend worldwide. So, personally, my take on that, I think that it's just kind of gay, the whole Twitter thing. I mean, it's kind of like Facebook, but it's more out there. And I can see why Vince probably wants to do it to expand more with fans and everything. But still, I mean, I'm hoping they're not even going to use that as storylines. I would just be like, I think WWE's trying to look too much into this whole computer thing. Vince McMahon is not the wrestlers, but I don't know. We'll see where it goes from here, I guess. I just hope it don't turn into a whole soap opera on the computer. Also, there's personal comments I really need to make here about Chris Jericho. Jericho says that he's never wrestling again for WWE, and fans have even said that they think it's a complete joke, and most of the wrestlers have too. Personally, my thoughts is that Jericho will come back, and he will do a program later on, maybe even this year, maybe hoaxing us all like he usually does. And I think, but he said, even in his interview before that, he says that he needs to get his Fozzy stuff done, he wants to get some acting done, and then decide if he wants to come back to WWE. So eventually, I think he will return, but not for a while. That's my take on the whole thing. So that's what I think. Also, in a recent tweet, Hogan said that The Rock never looked better. He said he looked better than any actor he's seen, any wrestler he's seen. He said that he's got a lot of respect for The Rock showing up like he did. Personally, my thoughts, I gotta give respect to The Rock too. Rock can come back looking smaller like he did back at WrestleMania 20. You remember that? He came back looking bigger. So The Rock says he's gonna come back and he's gonna whip John Cena's monkey ass. He's gonna whip the Jizz and the Miz and Truth's ass this Sunday. That's what I think. If you saw what Vince is cooking. Anyway, Maria also, who I will see this Sunday night at Survivor Series, I'll get to meet her at Horny Goat. Maria will also be returning to wrestling. That's from this lane. So she mentioned that on February 25th, 2012, for New York City Family Wrestling Entertainment. Right now, as far as everything goes, she's starting to get herself in shape. As far as she mentioned that on her program, the AfterBuzz TV show after she does after Raw. She's a co-host on there. She says she's getting ready for wrestling, and she will on her Facebook. So, congratulations to Maria. I might ask her about that on Sunday. See what she says. Anyway, I got a lot of respect for Billy Gunn. Gotta mention about that too. On a recent interview they did with Billy, he says he does the wrestling no matter what. He does it for indie shows, he does it for low promotion shows, he does it for big shows. He says that there's something about this business that he likes and that he wants to stick with for the rest of his time, and I can appreciate that because that's who Billy Gunn is, and that's a true man's wrestler. He says he gives people straight who want to pick his brain. I mean, to be honest, if I was that good, I would want people to pick my brain too, and I give them information just to help a guy out. But anyway, let's get right to it. I'm running out of time. Spoilers for TNA this week. Final Resolution main event set. AJ Styles will take on Bobby Roode in a 30-minute Iron Man match. That should be great. Robbie E versus Devon. That ended in Devon losing thanks to a whole bunch of distractions. Austin Aries and Kid Cash will take on Jesse Swanson and Brian Kendrick. They won. Austin Aries, Kid Cash lost because of distractions to them. Gauntlet match will happen this week tomorrow for the Women's Championship. Mickie James ends up winning that. She'll be the number contender for Gail Kim's title now. Jeff Hardy and Karen go into a segment. Also, Crimson and Matt Morgan defeated Mexican America to become new TNA Tag Team Champions. Gary Bischoff defeated Gunner again. I can't believe that. Angle confesses to the world that he was the one who attacked Storm last week and he bloodied him up. And by that, Angle says that so they had an interview with Kurt Angle recently. He said that as far as doing WWE Hall of Fame, he would, but he's not going to know if he's for sure because he might not want to leave TNA. He loves TNA, so he's going to become an agent in the future. Also, as far as Nash being on WWE, he says they're not really using him that good. He says he's one of his best friends. He said he'd like him to come back into TNA because TNA will know how to use him. He said he's still got some years left in him. They think that Nash is being used on WWE because he's washed up. My opinion, I think they're using him decent right now. I mean, Triple H is probably looking out for him. So we'll see where it goes from there. Also, he's during the Olympics right now. He says that he's done with his hamstring injury. He's better now than he was. Sunny injured herself. Let's move on there. She might have broken her nose. I hope she gets better because I'm trying to meet her at Blizzard Brawl. She's one of the most famous divas I've ever met. My prayers go out to her. I hope you get better, Sunny. She fell off her escalator, by the way. So... Also, miscellaneous news again, NWO shirts of Kevin Nash on WWE.com right now for release on the holiday season. And also, WWE's working on a CM Punk DVD, which would be a documentary release kind of in 2012. That's going to be tight. Go Punk. Just like me, a straight-up guy. Also, WrestleMania 28 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time, they might be saying, with 8.5 million people on there. And Chyna, well, she's still trying to get in WWE by posting more YouTube videos. She recently posted one saying revenge is a deserved code to Vince McMahon. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, real quickly here, let me go into my Survivor Series predictions. This is what I think for Survivor Series, and I'm going to stick to this also, no matter what anybody says. For the U.S. Championship, I had a match recently, Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison. I'm going to go with John Morrison just because Dolph Ziggler's in 2 matches, and not only because of that. Not saying that he's not good or anything, he's great. I mean, I wish he'd push him more up there. I think Morrison is finally getting back on a winning track, and I think he can pull it up by winning this match, hopefully, so we'll see. Eve versus Beth for the Divas Championship. I am going with Beth Phoenix on this one. I was going to go, well, either way from me, but to be honest, I think they should let Beth hold on just a little bit longer because I want to see her and Natalya eventually get into it. So I'm going with Beth on this one, but if he wins, I won't be shocked. 5-on-5, Barrett versus Orton's team. I'm going for Orton all the way. Come on, Orton, you can do it. You're the Viper. Barrett, you got a great team, but I think Orton's got a better team. Also, Roberto Del Rio versus CM Punk for WWE Championship. Punk, you're my pick. I hope they don't screw you. If they do, then you're definitely going to have the next pay-per-view. For sure. Mark Henry versus the Big Show. Big Show is going to not get the belt, no matter what they say. I just think that Mark Henry, if they do give it to him, I'm going to be kind of shocked. Because they're claiming that Henry's supposed to want to WrestleMania. So we'll see. Mark Henry will somehow get out of this, so I'm going with Mark Henry. But if they wanted to make history, they can make championships go away. As far as the Rock and Cena go, Rock Cena will pull it off somehow, some way, and will defeat the team of Truth and Miz. Nobody eager. Who cares about their egos? But ladies and gentlemen, all the time, see ya Sunday night for the pay-per-view. This is Vince Masters, signing up Wrestling Report. Thank you. Pipe Bomb Wrestling Report.